And that's how I look at it. What makes him get more respect than me? You my next door neighbor, you know, I tell him, you got yours from your family. I got mine from the ground up, from hard work and dedication.
Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest ever. He's a brilliant defensive fighter. His speed, his boxing savvy. He's just a savant. He's just something special. No question about it. But I gotta look at the Sugar Ray Leonards of the world.
Floyd's way is safe. Not in a punk, but it's like the safe way. Like nothing ain't gonna go wrong. But
Floyd Mayweather blew up after Stephen A. Smith questioned his legacy and even said Terence Crawford could beat him. Stephen A. insisted Mayweather isn't the greatest of all time, despite Floyd's claims, and argued Sugar Ray Leonard was far superior. He also said Floyd's best wins came at lightweight, but that he never dominated in the higher divisions. Smith even downplayed the Canelo fight, calling it unimpressive. That sparked outrage from Mayweather, who refuses to let anyone discredit his accomplishments.
About your skill set. It's who you do it against.
Your level of competition. Is it possible that he's so far beyond his level of competition that he made it look easy?
Well, I think he did as a lightweight. When he went up to the welterweight division, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Now, if
taking out Canelo the way he took out.
Well, he just gave him a boxing lesson, but Canelo was 22 years old. See, I remember
That's an excuse, though. I don't like this, like he's 22, he's too young.
I will tell you this. Well, you know, you do have to take that into consideration.
The guy had 100 fights.
Well, let me explain. You have to take that into consideration when boxing is the issue. Now, if he got knocked on his ass, that's different. But when he simply got schooled, when you swinging a punch and Floyd is tapping you on your shoulder saying, I'm behind you, that's a problem. You understand what I'm saying? That's just a skill, like, you know,
we could credit Floyd with that.
Of course, I am crediting. I'm saying he's a brilliant boxer. You know, Floyd knew how to move before you even threw the damn punch. You see what I'm saying? You got to be a veteran to know how to overcome that. You can't put a novice into the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather. You understand? He's going to school you. What I'm saying to you is that if you want to make an argument on Floyd Money Mayweather's half, which I'm not summarily dismissing, I would tell you it's this. Floyd Money Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career.
Boxing analyst Dawood Bey broke down the comparisons between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford after Crawford's performance against Canelo Alvarez. Bey admitted that as a fan, he leans a little toward Crawford in a dream match, but he stressed that the conversation needs balance. Crawford's win over Canelo was incredible, but people forget that Floyd also beat Canelo years ago when he was still developing as a fighter. Bey reminded fans that dismissing Floyd's greatness in favor of Crawford isn't fair, because both men brought something unique to the sport. He said Crawford was commanding, but Mayweather's performance against Canelo was just as historic and shouldn't be overlooked.
when Floyd fought Canelo, he was standing right there. He wasn't running and all of that. He wasn't doing all of the stuff that they say, oh, runner, Mayweather's a runner. He wasn't doing that versus Canelo. He was right there. And I can't even really remember Canelo catching him like that, like with nothing. With Bud, I could remember Canelo catching Bud a couple times, but Bud like gave him the, all right, put your foot out. What's up? Boxing turn, boxing turn, boxing turn. Like, and was like really standing there and like giving it to him with another type of energy. It was, the energy is more so like, all right, what's up? Like, you can't beat me. Floyd energy be like, bop, bop, I'm better than you. You see what I'm saying? They don't really be respecting that all the time. They'll acknowledge it like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, he hard to catch. But they be like, nah, you didn't beat me up. Bud go about his fights in a way where as though the Mexican fan base gotta be like, I ain't gonna lie, Canelo, he hollered at you. Like, he came at you too. He didn't just be better than you. He was better, and then he was like, all right, I'm gonna come at you. And I think they really respect that. Shit, I respect it. I don't think it's not, I think the less you get hit, the better. I'm always going to take it that way. So, you know what I'm saying? As a boxing fan, the kind of boxing fan that I am, I would have leaned towards Floyd's.
Trainer Bouziana spoke with passion about Terence Crawford's place in boxing. He said critics need to stop doubting Crawford because he has consistently proven himself against dangerous opponents. According to Ennis, Crawford never shied away from risk. That's what separates him from others. By constantly stepping into tough fights, Crawford carved out his spot among the all-time greats. Ennis added that people should respect his accomplishments instead of trying to tear them down, because few fighters in history have been as versatile, daring, and successful as Crawford.
Man, you know what I mean? And that's how you be great, man. And he one of the greatest out there now. I think he's great. I think he's the best out there right now in that division. You know what I mean?
What's left?
For Terence?
Yeah.
If I was Terence, I would retire. That's what I would do. He did everything, man. He's done everything, man. You know what I mean? You know how many titles he done won? All that stuff, you know what I mean? I think I'll go off one in the sunset, man. You know what I mean? You don't need no more money. You know what I mean?
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, believes his fighter still has a few big moments left. According to Bomac,
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, believes his fighter still has a few big nights left. Bomac said Crawford could fight 2 or 3 more times before thinking about retirement. He even mentioned the possibility of Crawford moving up to 160 pounds. For him, it's not about chasing titles. It's about cementing a legacy that's already Hall of Fame worthy. Bomac explained that Crawford isn't looking for validation anymore. He's focused on solidifying his place among the all-time greats by taking the kind of challenges only legends dare to take.
The second time. They can't take it away from him either.
Does this one mean more to you than the other ones?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It gives us the opportunity as a team to go into the Hall of Fame. Instead of a fighter going in there, instead of a coach going in there, it gives us a better chance of going there as a team.
Well, congrats on that. I know that means a lot to you and the team.
Definitely that.
You know, I asked Bud this after the fight 2 weeks ago. Would he consider this his signature win? He said, yeah, one of them. Do you think that was his signature win of his career?
Well, the last fight?
Yeah, the Canelo one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was the underdog. Everybody thought that, you know, he was going to get beat.
What's up?
He was going to get beat. Surprising.
So what's next for Bud? What do you want to see him do?
I just want to see him, you know, spend time with his family because, you know, training for a fight, you be gone a long time. You're going away from your family. It can take a toll on you after a while. So,
as his trainer, do you feel like he should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
You know what? They made it look so easy. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, got 2-3 more in him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Train camp will try harder.
Yeah.
You know
Former champ Timothy Bradley shared emotional words about Crawford's impact. He explained that many young fighters struggle with doubt when critics dismiss them, but Crawford showed what determination and hard work despite all the skepticism early. He kept proving people wrong. Bradley said Crawford became an inspiration by doing what many thought was impossible, becoming a multiple-time undisputed champion across the For Bradley, Crawford stands
man. I like Ricky, dude. Where Ricky at, man? You disrespect.
And proof that hard work beats doubt. Now, the next generation of
That's what you did, Crawford. You made that choice, man. You made that choice to change, bro. You know, you saw going down, man, years ago, man, in 2008, man, when that bullet came through that window, you knew you had to do something or you'll end up 6 feet under, bro. You know? So that courage that you had, man, and that will that you had and that mindset to change, man, and the gym, you know, grooming you and turning you into a man, because that's what boxing does. See, people don't understand, man, that boxing is more than just throwing punches. You know, boxing teaches you discipline. You know, it teaches you love for people, love for others, man. You know, working together. You know, you're there constantly every single day, man. You know, spending time there perfecting a craft, man. Perfecting yourself. Understanding yourself, learning more about yourself each and every single day. You push it inside the gym. You know, boxing is more than just throwing punches, man.
Mayweather's journey went beyond boxing itself. As Oladipo described, Floyd created 2 iconic personas, Pretty Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather. Early on, Pretty Boy Floyd was fearless, delivering knockout highlights. Later, Money Mayweather became the master strategist, building an empire through defensive brilliance and business smarts. He turned every fight into a worldwide event. Oladipo credited Mayweather's genius not only in the ring, but also outside of it. He set the blueprint for modern boxers by blending skill with entertainment, becoming a cultural icon and the architect of boxing's new economic era.
But dude, unbeaten is unbeaten. Unbeaten is unbeaten. Multi-weight world champion is multi-weight world champion. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen a boxer so like, I'm gonna work you out, and then when I work you out, you're done. Shall I repeat that? I'm gonna work you out, and when I work you out, you're done. And Floyd had this thing where first 2 rounds, you think, whoa, shit, man, this guy's in this fight, and then he works you out. And then he works you out. Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd was better than Money, but Money Floyd had, obviously, the fights, right?
Despite Crawford's stunning...
After Crawford's stunning win over Canelo, debate broke out about his future. Some insiders, even within his camp, suggested retirement to protect his legacy. Supporters say he's already achieved greatness and doesn't need to prove anything else. But others argue he should keep going, since fans still want to see more big fights. While retirement is an option, Crawford has shown no signs of decline. Whether he continues or not, his legacy as one of the greatest is already secure.
Himself the face of boxing, and he did it. He made it look easy. He made the Errol Spence fight look easy. That was supposed to be the toughest test of his career. I thought it was. The whole world thought it was. It was the easiest fight he had at welterweight. I thought, but I've been saying for years that he's gonna easily beat Canelo Alvarez, and he did. But many people expected Canelo to knock him out. That wasn't the case. With that said, now people are trying to throw, he's 38. Tomorrow, Terence Crawford will be 38 years old. He's a 5-division champion. If he wants to stick around, like Terence Crawford stated, okay, Terence Crawford stated, if I do stick around, I'm not dropping down no further than 160 pounds. If he stays in boxing, and I say he have 2 more fights, fight Janibek, who's the unified champion, hopefully call Sadamas and Lara fight and unify the belts. 2 fights at 160, pad the stats, become a 6-division champion and a 4-division undisputed champion. Cool. Other than that, Terence Crawford.
Trainer Robert Garcia also weighed in on the Mayweather versus Crawford debate. Garcia reminded fans that while Floyd's record is unmatched, he never became an undisputed champion, something Crawford and Pacquiao both accomplished. He acknowledged that Crawford's resume is historic, but still leaned toward Mayweather in a head-to-head comparison. Garcia explained that Floyd's defense, timing, and intelligence would be too much for Crawford or anyone else. While he respects Crawford's achievements, Garcia believes Mayweather's master of fundamentals makes him one of the top